Oh, wow. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Miss Julia's English Club. I'm Natalie, your host, and I'm just going to say it. Today's topic is one that made me genuinely angry, like actually angry.
Hey everyone, I'm Tom. And Natalie, I know exactly what you mean. Because when I first came across this story, I thought, how is this not bigger news? Why isn't everyone talking about this?
Right, because today we are talking about ultra-processed food, the stuff that fills our supermarket shelves, our fast food menus, our vending machines, and new research is revealing that it is far more damaging to our bodies and our brains than anyone previously admitted.
And I want to be clear from the start, we are not here to make anyone feel guilty about what they eat. This is not that kind of conversation. Because honestly, the system is designed to make these foods almost impossible to avoid.
Yes, that is such an important framing, Tom, because ultra-processed food is cheap, it's convenient, it's everywhere, it's engineered to taste incredible, and a lot of people simply don't have the time or money to eat differently. So this is a systemic issue, not a personal failure.
Systemic, meaning built into the system itself, not caused by individuals, but by structures, economic structures, food industry structures, policy failures.
Exactly. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. What actually is ultra-processed food? Because processed food and ultra-processed food are different things, and I think people get confused.
Great point. So all food is processed to some degree. Cooking is processing. Freezing vegetables is processing. Even making cheese is processing. That's fine. But ultra-processed food is something else entirely.
So what makes something ultra-processed?
It's when food has been so heavily industrially manufactured that it barely resembles its original ingredients anymore. Think chicken nuggets, instant noodles, fizzy drinks, breakfast cereals with 15 ingredients, packaged cakes that last on a shelf for months without going moldy.
The ones that last for months. Oh, that always gets me. Like, if bacteria won't touch it, should I be eating it?
That is a very fair question. And the answer, according to more and more researchers, is probably not, or at least not regularly.
So what does the new research actually show? Because this is where it gets alarming.
Okay, so there have been several major studies recently involving hundreds of thousands of participants across multiple countries, and the findings are consistent. High consumption of ultra-processed foods is linked to significantly increased risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, certain cancers, depression, anxiety, cognitive decline.
Cognitive decline, meaning your brain function deteriorates, your memory, your concentration, your ability to think clearly, all affected by what you eat.
And that one surprised me the most, honestly, the brain connection. We think of food as affecting our body, our weight, our heart, but the gut-brain connection is real and it's powerful.
Oh, gut-brain connection. Let's explain that. So your gut, your digestive system, has its own nervous system. Scientists sometimes call it the second brain. And what you eat directly affects your gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria living in your digestive system. And that affects your mood, your mental health, your cognitive function.
Trillions. There are more bacterial cells in your gut than there are human cells in your entire body. Wrap your head around that.
Wrap your head around something. Great expression. It means to fully understand something that is difficult or surprising. I can't wrap my head around how many bacteria are in my gut.
It's genuinely mind-bending. And ultra-processed foods, because they're low in fiber, full of artificial additives, emulsifiers, preservatives, they disrupt this microbiome. They starve the good bacteria and feed the harmful ones.
So it's not just about calories, it's about what these foods do to the internal ecosystem of your body.
Ecosystem, beautiful word to use here. Your gut microbiome really is like an ecosystem, a complex community of living things that depends on balance to function properly.
And when that balance is disrupted, and the scientific term is dysbiosis, things start to go wrong. Inflammation increases, and chronic inflammation is now linked to almost every major disease we face.
Chronic inflammation. Chronic. We used that word in a previous episode. Long-lasting, persistent. Inflammation is your body's response to threat or damage. Short-term inflammation is protective, but chronic inflammation, ongoing, never switching off inflammation, is destructive.
And here is what I find most infuriating. The food industry knows this. There is internal research, leaked documents, whistleblower testimony showing that major food companies knew their products were addictive and harmful and continued to market them aggressively anyway.
Whistleblower, important word. A whistleblower is someone who exposes wrongdoing within an organization. They blow the whistle, like a referee stopping a game, to alert the public to something being hidden.
And the tactics used, targeting children with advertising, adding extra sugar and salt to make products more addictive, lobbying governments to block food labeling regulations, it's deeply troubling.
Lobbying, another key word. To lobby means to try to influence politicians or governments to support your interests. Companies spend enormous amounts of money lobbying against regulations that will hurt their profits.
Even when those regulations would protect public health, it's a genuine conflict of interest.
And yet, some countries are pushing back. Chile introduced traffic light labeling on food packaging, clear black warning labels showing if something is high in sugar, salt, or fat, and consumption of those products dropped significantly almost immediately.
Which proves people make different choices when they have clear information. The problem is clear information threatens profits, so it gets suppressed.
Suppressed. To suppress something means to prevent it from being known or expressed, to keep it hidden or silent.
Okay, I feel like we need a moment of practical hope here, because I don't want our listeners to walk away feeling like, well, everything is poisoned, what's the point?
Right. So, the good news. The research also shows that even small shifts make a significant difference. You don't have to eat perfectly. Replacing 1 or 2 ultra-processed meals a week with minimally processed alternatives, fresh fruit, vegetables, eggs, legumes, whole grains, has measurable positive effects.
And cooking doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. Some of the healthiest diets in the world, Mediterranean, Japanese, traditional Indian, are based on simple, cheap, whole ingredients.
It's about small, sustainable changes rather than dramatic overnight overhauls. Sustainable meaning you can keep doing it long term without burning out.
Sustainable, such an important concept in food, in life, in language learning, actually.
In language learning, how so?
Well, crash studying for an exam and then forgetting everything is like crash dieting. It doesn't last. But listening to English every day, even just 20 minutes like this podcast, that's sustainable. That's how real progress happens.
Oh, that is such a good analogy. I love that.
Thank you. Okay, vocabulary roundup. We have a brilliant list today.
Systemic, built into the system itself, affecting everything at a structural level.
Cognitive decline, the gradual deterioration of brain function, including memory and concentration.
Gut-brain connection, the scientific link between digestive health and mental and cognitive function.
To wrap your head around something, to fully understand something that is difficult or surprising.
Whistleblower, someone who exposes hidden wrongdoing within an organization.
To lobby, attempt to influence politicians or governments to support particular interests.
To suppress, to prevent something from being known or expressed.
And sustainable, able to be maintained over a long period without negative consequences.
That is an exceptional vocabulary set, really useful across so many contexts: health, politics, environment, business.
Today's comment challenge, here it is. Do you think governments should do more to regulate ultra-processed food, or is it a personal responsibility? Give your opinion and support it with a reason. B1 and B2 write 5 to 7 sentences. Use words like systemic or sustainable.
B1 and B2 write 5 to 7 sentences. Use words like systemic or sustainable or lobbying.
C1 and C2 construct a full argument. Try phrases like, the evidence overwhelmingly suggests, or it is difficult to argue that individuals alone are responsible when, or a more nuanced position would acknowledge both.
Show us that beautiful advanced English.
Okay, if this episode fired you up even a little, share it, because food affects every single human being, and this conversation matters.
Subscribe to Miss Julia's English Club right here on YouTube. New episode every single day. We never stop.
Like the video, hit the bell notification, and drop your thoughts in the comments. We genuinely cannot wait to read them.
From me, Tom.
And me, Natalie, thank you for being here. Eat well, learn well, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye!